Good morning. Welcome to today's weekly section. Now, this is the weekly charts in front of us, and we want to see how we navigate to go on with our trade. Now, on the weekly time frame, we are still very bullish. On the weekly time frame, we are bullish, so we are seeing how this one had closed. Of course, we said this is wave A or wave 1, A, B, C of a B or ABC of a wave 2, and that this wave going up could turn out to be more than a wave C, or if it's turned out to be more than wave C, then it could be a wave 3. But now, after wave 2, and this is the first leg of this wave, on the weekly time frame, we are seeing that we are going to have wave 2 of these run so far to the upside. We want to see the wave 2 of this run to the upside, and I think wave 2 of this run to the upside is capable of retesting wave 1 of this move itself. So we're going to see, because this is a structure here on the weekly time frame. Let me bring it out for you to see. Now, this is a structure on the weekly time frame at this level, so which this wave is capable of testing. So at the end of the day, it won't be surprising if this level is tested. It won't be surprising. So we are talking of this price from the low it has made so far, still walking down about 53.60, between 63 and 53 pips to the downside from the low it has made. So that is still possible, and we might be getting reactions from there. So let's look at the daily. We said on the weekly we are bullish. On the daily on the daily time frame, we are also bullish. So you must know how to interpret what you are saying. So bullish, it was bearish here, but overall on the daily time frame, we are still bullish. But because we are still bullish here does not mean that you want to be buying here. You must know what level to buy. So, but of course, we are seeing this reaction now. And like I said, what time frame we had broken this structure, and if we want to count this structure, we said this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So we have finished that structure as a 5 waves on the daily time frame to the upside. Now we want to see this come. We have broken this structure. Now we want to see if we had ended this wave. This wave is not giving me a 2 yet. So on the daily, so it's not like it's going to give us a 2 on the daily. If it's a corrective wave to these, maybe on the lower time frame, we will see the internal structure of this wave. But this is telling us that if you don't know what wave count and structure is all about, you will think, oh, this reaction here, okay, it's telling us that we are changing trend, that we are going down. It is not so, based on the structure that we have been following right from its inception. So, but ultimately, we may be seeing that reactions, we might be getting reaction around this level, between this level and this area. These are the areas I think we should be getting reaction for more upside. If I may draw it, the zone between here and here, really. So this is the zone, but the way this comes down is very important. Now, again, we said we are trying to correct the entire run of this wave 1, and this is going to be wave 2. Okay, so that will be 3-1 and a 3-2. Okay, now, so correcting that, you are not going to do a 5, 2. This is the 2 here for the correction. So it's entire run here. So when you are drawing your Fibonacci, so you must know where your 38, your 50 to the downside, your 61.8 is going to be. Putting it from this base is wrong because we're not correcting 3 and 2 to get 4. Okay, so now let's look at what we are seeing on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, so we can still see that it's still bullish. That is what we are saying. It's still bullish. It's still bullish. So because it's still bullish, this is not bearish on 4-hour time frame. So on the weekly, the daily, the 4-hour time frame is still bullish. Okay, so which means that we're still expecting ourselves to go on a bullish run after this move. But when you see this movement to the downside is very sharp, and how many, you know, if you look at these ones doing these and these, the momentum here, if you are looking at activity and action, so, and the strength of the pool, you will say that, they are going to go down. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, because this may just be the first push, and it's quite run in 3 waves here on the 4-hour time frame. I can only see 3 waves, which is 1 and a 2 at this junction, and the 3rd one here. That is what I can see here. That is what I can see here. So, and for me, this is going up. This is going up. It's already at the base here, but I think it's capable of getting to around this area, between here and here. It's capable of getting there, or even it's capable of stalling at this level. But we're going to look at all the dynamics and what can play out for us to also begin to think and, you know, prepare our mind where this wave that is going up can get to. Or if it's a wave, or if it's just a correction for this particular one to continue. So those are the things that we had to, you know, prepare our mind for. But potentially we have said that where we expect, if it's correcting this to get to, is between this low here and the top here. So that will be the zone here for us to have a push. But you can't blindly just put your order to buy here, thinking that, it's going to be here, it's going to be here, because the distance here, like I said, how many pips? Between here and the low here, that's now clearly about 55 pips. So you can't just, but we know that within that zone, you should be getting a reaction based on this push. So the push in itself, you know, has indicated that it's going to be a deep correction. That is what I can just get here. And with, like I said in one of my videos, that once you have a break of this, it's not going to be a shallow correction. So once we break the structure of 4 here, then it's most likely going to be a deeper correction. So, and that is what we are getting. And so if it's going to be a triad, and this may just be A, and we might be seeing a B based on the 4-hour time frame. So if you go to the 1-hour time frame, now on the 1-hour time frame, so we're now beginning to see that if you zoom, if on the lower time frame is go, of course, you will be seeing a bearish market. So, but on the 1-hour, you know, somehow it's still, you know, if you zoom in, it's still bullish. But for now, we are correcting. So even on the 1-hour time frame, is a three shape I can see is 1, and this is a 2, and this is a 3, where of course the arms here are very much irregular. Okay, arms here are very much irregular. 1, and this is the 2nd junction and the 3rd junction. So are we going to have a 4, a 5 to the downside? Is that what it's looking like? You can't tell. You can't tell. We want to also demystify that. that this is not going to run like a 5-wave structure, but probably is a 3-wave structure, and that this has ended a run here. Okay. So let me zoom out. So let's look at the 30 minutes time frame to see if we can see anything. Yes. Now, looking at 30 minutes time frame, it's still much like three wave structure, 1 and a 2 and a 3, where this may have run like maybe, yeah, a 3 waves also. The bridge here is a 2, is the second part of the wave. So it's like 1, A, B, C of that in the middle, and the third wave. So this also looks like a 3 waves pattern here in itself to complete this. And we have this correction like this. Then we have another wave to the downside, you know, which to me may have run 5 waves, maybe 1 and a 2 here, the third, the fourth, and the fifth here. So which may be typical of a C wave here, but irregular in the sense that it's so much irregular to what we are seeing here. It's beyond 161.8 itself. So what we are seeing here, the bridge and this entire run to this one, it's so much irregular. But the key to entry or to signal the end of anything at any given point in time is a break of structure. So when you have a break of structure, it might be a momentary break of structure to correct maybe shallow before a continuation of a move. So that you must always know. That you must always know. Because from here, when did we see the break of structure? We saw the break of structure here on this time frame, which is 30 minutes time frame at this level. Now, on this 30 minutes time frame, so we have a structure here. So clearly we have broken a structure, which means that we are correcting now. So that means, which means I can clearly tell you that, or even on this time frame, that this wave is ended as wave A. And looking at it as a whole, it's like a 3-wave structure. So we might be getting another 3-wave structure in the middle from the way this one is going. So now this already is setting up another structure in the middle. After this might just be A of B, and in between here might just be a B of B. So if we break this structure to the upside, tells us that we are running the last leg of this B, and we're going to see where it's going to get to. So that's just the meaning. And anytime we are coming down, if another structure is not created to the upside and we keep going, we'll continue to move. So, but if we just have another leg to the upside, we have to see, once we create that structure, we follow a break of that structure to the downside. That's all we can do. You know, at times projecting that this is the leg is going to be here, they can extend the wave and do all those runs, you know, but we'll still get there. So let me go on the 15 minutes time frame and see if you can see anything. Okay, on the 15 minutes time frame, I'm not focusing here. Now on the 15 minutes time frame, can we see a structure break here? Yeah, this is the structure break that we can see here at this level, not this one now, at this level. On the 5 minutes time frame, can we see a structure break? We want to see how early we can pick structure break. Now, if I'm going to do something for you to understand what structure break looks like from the third wave here, you know, this is the third wave, this is the fifth wave, and before this correction. So I want you to understand what structure break is and to know how to plan yourself for structure break. And one of the things you can do in case you don't have all the time to begin to check your chart is to do a sell stop or a buy stop. That's what you can do, a sell stop or a buy stop, while you try to put your order maybe about 10 pips above a particular structure or below a particular structure in the direction that you want to go. Now, this is a structure here, okay? This is a structure here, and this also from here to here is that structure, and this broke the structure. So when it breaks, it doesn't mean that it's still continuing to go up, not necessarily, because you will know that the structure here, everything is still going up. So if it's breaking to the upside, it's not really where you are looking. You are looking at the potential movement on the opposite side. So a break of structure to the opposite side is what you should be concerned about and you should be looking at. So, and after this is a structure, and we add this break of structure. So at this level, where I put my finger, we add that break of structure to the downside. Now, that break of structure to the downside tells us that what are we doing? So we are expecting us to correct a wave 4. So correcting a wave 4, of course, you know the limit. You know this structural break of a structural break is not going to go all the way down, but we are correcting wave 4, which has confirmed that that's a wave 4 correction. So, and we begin to have this. So this is a wave A. That's the wave A, and in the middle is the wave B, and that was where we actually missed it actually. So we missed that. This is A part of B, and this is B part of B, and this is C part of B to complete B. So, you know, the C part of B with the A part of B, they are almost aligning if you look at this line, okay? But the B part of B, you know, pulls lower than the A. So in terms to find where this one is going to rest, all you can do is to pick your extension tools from here. You are looking for 100. So from here, the beginning of A to the low of A, not B. To the low of A, beginning of A to the low of A to the end of B, which is C of B. Or if it's the A of B that pulls higher, so you're going to use the A of B. So, but this time around, you can use C of B, and it will exactly fall on 100 here, which is 100% extension here to end this wave 4. Now, after this wave 4 again, see, we had not seen within that correction, and it's correcting and correcting. We have corrected this, and this is a structure here at the end of a C here of B. So we broke this structure, tells you momentarily we are coming down. So we have broken that structure. Anybody could have probably be expecting that after this structure, I want to sell. So put something below here, and it comes up and it's going down. At times, it might not really come up to pick you. So that's why at times, if you plan a stop order, it's also good for you. So that you won't miss much. So the structure break, you know, and it never broke another structure again to the upside here. So it kept going down and until this low. Now, if again, you don't know, a structure has been formed here, price went down. So that's the structure. If you want to buy again, probably you could have just stayed at the top of this structure to look for your buy. And in case it does not happen, then you know if it's not pulling beyond what it is, maybe they want to correct more down. So you will quickly know that because you're going to have another structural break anyway. So on the time frame, on the 5 minutes time frame, that's how to actually use such a break to determine early entry into our trade. That's what I'm trying to work out now, so that you can see how to determine once you know the structure on the larger time frame, so you can plan what you want to plan. So at this level, this is another level you can look for the structural break. So price broke at this level and began to go up, and we were doing a 2 here, and it was a 1 and a 2, and again price was beginning to go up. So this is another level of a structural break here. This structure formed here, a break of that structure, and a pull, a sprint to the upside. So that is how to use structure break. And this is the last structure here again. So you will see that as you are going up, price will not crisscross a structure except if it's correcting. But because you know that now this is a wave 5 and it has finished itself, once you have this structure, you know, done with, because at times you don't know if it's the end of the structure because you're not even watching to count. Somebody can even come here and stay here. Okay, let me stay here because this structure is completed here. Let me come and stay here. If price should come down here, I want to sell. Maybe would have gotten that anyway. So there is no crime in trying to have two entries in case you have a structure that is completed to the downside and you put your stop order here, and you are seeing that if you can follow another, you can follow the wave to the tip of the peak of it to catch a structure here. So this will be a nice structure to set your sell anyway here, because soon you will soon, and if it keeps going up and going up, then you continue to look for structure formation and be queuing under that structure formation for a sell. That is what we can do. So now this is the last structure here, and now we have this break, and since we are not even watching it, we didn't see when it occurred. It's actually after this retest that we saw it, and we're calling it. We thought that we are going to have a deeper pull up around this area. It never happened. So they kept changing the structure here. So even looking at this structure, it looks more like a 1, 2, like a 1, a B, C, which is irregular, the middle structure, and the last structure here anyway. So, and this is the middle part of it. And this one came down, very sharp, like the first structure, the second structure, the third structure, the fourth, and the fifth structure. So now, at this level of 5 minutes, which might be difficult for anybody also, this is not a structure here, because this is the last move to the downside here. And this is just, you can't say this is a structure you want to work, because this is a beginning of a move. You can't say it's a structure. So, but the last structure that was created here for this one to break down got broken here. So this will be another level you could have planned to say, okay, you want to follow this, but I was being a bit careful by not sitting on top of it. I went, I think about 10 pips are, above it or so, before we were dragged in. So, well, good enough. So we are still in on a buy on a buy stop, but we're going to close in, so that, because we know we are now buying against a possible sell to the downside. Okay. So this is where we are. This is a structure that is being created. So we can say this is A. Now we are on a B. So this could have been, if this is A of a B, so probably this would be a B of a B, and this could probably go up as a C of a B. It could be a C of a B, or we could have the A part of a B, and we now divide that B also into 2. It could be anything. So, but we'll see. Once we break up, going up here, so we know that we want to finish up the C leg of that B. So the B leg of a B could actually be, after the A of a B, we can have A, B, and a C to the downside, and breaking up to finish a C. So it could be anything. So we are just going to wait. But again, this is a structure here. This is a structure here. Now, I haven't talked about structure and how we are going to be executing our trade based on structure and the bigger time frame structure, and as well as the lower time frame structure. So we know how to use lower time frame structure to plan our entry of a stop order. So let me go inside a 30 minutes time frame. Now, going inside the 30 minutes time frame now, this is where we want to concentrate. And how deep can this one be? The support here, the resistance here is of no use to me. The only thing I just know that the price may just pull up around this area for all those who are doing trend and resistance and trends, resistance and support. It won't really work like that. So we should more or less focus on these. So when we focus on these, let me bring out my drawing. So if we focus on that, so this is the height, this is the low of it, then we must draw our retracement. So this is 50, and this is 61, this is 70, 76, this is 90. So because we are correcting, one thing I can tell you for free is that in any flat correction, which this one is giving me like, it most likely is a flat correction that is going to be, which is A, B, and a C, and this one is going to run as probably A, B, and a C. So in any correction, be it zigzag, be it flat, B, the least level the B wave can retest is actually 50. I don't see any parameters that is lesser than 50 retracement. I don't see. So if you pick a zigzag, this will not pass for a zigzag anymore now from what I can see here. So, but if you pick a zigzag can run between 50 and 85. So we know that. But this will not pass for a zigzag for me. So but you know, we might be following it as if it's a zigzag, but it doesn't look like a 5-wave structure anyway. It doesn't. Even on any time frame, it doesn't look like a 5-wave structure to me. So it doesn't. I can't see a 2. I can't see, if I say this is a 3, where is a 2? I can't see a structure of a 2. This does not look like a structure of a 2 here. It doesn't. And this also does not look like a structure of a 2. A 2 should pull deeper. So I can't see a structure of a 2. So if we are saying that a 2 is here, are we saying that this is a 3? And this is a 4? And so can a 5 go down like that? So it looks, everything looks, you know, like more like a 3-wave, a 1 and a 2, and a down like a sigma also. So like a 3-wave. So a 50 is the least. Now, potentially, this could just run a 50 and begin to go down. So if that happens and we see a break of structure, we will take it. But again, this potentially can run a 90 to this level. It can run a 90 or in that frame. So, but we continue to follow. But the most important, the key to the success, where this one had been very just like this, the key to our success here is the way this one is going up and is carving out its own structure. So for me, I can see it as a structure of A and a B in the middle, probably a C around here. But at least it should get to a 50. So if it gets to a 50, if it pairs a 50, you want to see the price action around a 50, and we just continue to follow it up. We close up. So once it gets here, we push our stop loss to somewhere here. So that's what we'll do. So if it does not break structure to the downside, we'll continue to follow it so that we don't want to get close and to maximize our profit on the lower time frame to see if the structure is getting break to the downside. So if we get close to structures, we put our stop loss very close to the structure as it's lifting up. That is the way we can just navigate. And once we also notice a structure break to the downside, then we follow to the downside. So that it will be a key, as this is looking like ABC and not a 5-wave structure. Okay, so that's what we can do. But this potentially can go up to between almost 90. It might not touch 90. It might get close to almost 90. But again, we want to see if that is possible in terms of structure now. So let me do something. Now, with this, of course, price had broken the trend line also to signify that the trend line is broken. The structure is the first to got broken here, and the trend line also is broken to the upside. So this is a structure here now on the 1 hour. This has to be broken to the downside, well broken to the downside before we know that okay, we are coming down. Okay. Now, from the beginning, this is where this wave to the upside began. So in as much as we are correcting this to the upside, we are correcting the entire run here to the downside. So if we are correcting and we said it's going to be like a wave 2, it's going to be a wave 2 where this one is a 1, which is 3-1, and this one to the downside is going to be a 3-2. So we should expect it to at least touch a 50. 61.8, 76. The last place it could touch is 85, but I doubt if that would work out like that. But I think we should be looking at 3 spots, 3 levels of corrections: 50, 61.8, and 76.4. Of course, 76.4 could get to 78 in some cases, which is possible. That will just go a bit lower than 76 before we see the reaction. So this is 50, 38 is broken. I think I can take that out. 38 is broken. So this is a 50, this is 61.8, 76, 85. And this is where you can put your stop loss, which is a 90. In case we are coming down, we can still put stop loss here. Even if when we are lifting up, we can put our stop loss here. So, price may not even walk to this area or slightly below these two. So it's very close. So we can do all of that. Now, getting the retracement to the downside is from this low to this blue. Price didn't get here from our projection, so we missed it, and that's how we can miss. And probably if we had Q and had put something here, would have a sell stop here. Actually, we would have gained all of this. So for now, that's a lesson which we're going to learn, so that we won't be chasing shadow. So you can't say you want to pick it at the top. If you are doing that and you miss it, because you can't stay 247 and you now miss the entire run, it will be painful at times, because now you know what we are doing. We know what we are doing. We know this is what we want to get, but picking it at the top, when they will move, when they will change, you might not know. But when the structure is created, use the structure to leverage and to know how to plan your entry and your exit. That is what we can now begin to do. And if you pick exactly at this point, fine, fine. So for now, this is what we have. So the downside, like I said, this is a 50, a 61.8, a 76, a 85, and 90. So now, is it possible for these to, if this is a B, for a C leg to run to any of these, is it possible? So if we clone the length here, and we're looking for an 100, this is like the clone, and it's here. This is the clone here. So the clone sits there. So for it to get to a 50, that means it can be a 90, where this one can be a little extended to touch 50. So a 90 can be a possible to end with 2 here and makes it shallow. Of course, and when that leg is coming down, we are going to be counting. That one is going to give us a 5 waves proper. And so we'll be counting it. So we must not actually miss the end of this wave to push high. It's going to be very explosive to the upside. So we don't want to miss it for anything. So if it pull ups to 90, maybe with a little extension, we can get to a 50. So if it walked up to a 76 with a little what we call it, a truncation, it could still be. So between here, an extension will get it to 50, a truncation will get it to 50 if it's 76. If it now gets to a 61.8, and we are seeing a reaction at a 61.8 here, so that means it's going to get to 61. So can you see it exactly? If you get a reaction here, 61.8 will be where it's going to get to. If it reacts at this level, 50, that means it's going to get truncated, because at 50, it's going to put a bit lower than here. So it could now be funny. So it could be either a truncation to 61.8 or an extension to 76. So it could be anything. But if we are coming down, what I'm trying to say is that from this level of reaction here can still make it 61.8 or 76. So 82 or 85 does not come in, as I'm seeing this thing. 85 does not come in, but I think these are levels we should expect. This is the last level, but it's most likely can get to 61.8 either by extension or truncation. But again, the hot spot now is between 50 and 61.8. Those are the hot spots. So with that analysis of what hot spot could be, so we can now say that the level of entry based on what we have seen so far, you know, it's possible between a 50 and 61.8. Based on that analysis, the level of entry is possible here. But of course, let's get the reaction and let's begin to count our wave. We'll wait at the top of a structure. Once fourth wave is completed, we'll wait at that top to see if we can go up. And if we are able to catch the low, will be a plus for us. And so that's where I rest today. And we'll see in the coming week. All right.